ولكن ضرب هذا وسب هذا Subhanallah. This is always his job. He makes salat, he makes siyam, he makes everything. But he was bad moral character. He looked at the people down. He oppressed the people. ضرب هذا. He beat that one. وشتم هذا. He cursed that person. Oh, that person such and such. فيأتي يوم القيامة on the day of judgment فيؤخذ من حسناته. Hadith like this. The people will take away from his hasanat. And the Prophet ﷺ, he says, حتى لا تبقى له حتى إذا فنيت حسناته. Until all of his hasanat is gone. And the people still waiting in line. Ya Allah, he did this to me. Wallahi, this is amazing. And when I looked at the hadith, wallahi, because in order to have a good hasana, it's not easy. Wallahi, it's not easy to be accepted. Ali, I'm not speaking for myself. It's easy to go do it. But to know whether it's accepted, wallahi, I don't know. If you tell me, Brother Tariq, do you know that Jumu'ah today will be accepted? I say, wallahi, I hope. I don't know. It's that you're sitting here, you're hoping. And this hope, it will help you, by the way. Because there is an ayah in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةً أَنَّهُمْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. And those who do the utmost, they fast, they make salat, and they do zakat, they pay, they do the good deed. And they are afraid it will not be accepted from them. They are afraid. Allah praised them. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةً أَنَّهُمْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. They did everything. Allah praised them. They do Allah to their utmost while they are afraid it will not be accepted from them. I think this is amazing. It's a win-win situation. It's a win-win situation to do good deed, to do the most of power that you can to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to say, Ya Allah, I didn't do anything. Or maybe it was not accepted. Let me try more. Let me become better. This is a good, actually, feeling. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. I finish the rest onto the اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. When the hadith Qudsi, go back to the hadith Qudsi, there's two things on that hadith that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that كل عمل ابن آدم, all the action of the son of Adam is for him. And then He says, except fasting is for me. Except fasting. This is tashrif. Tashrif means Allah is giving value to the fasting. He said, this is mine. So the first thing the ulama, they say, in the day of judgment, if you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with shortcoming and the people will come after you, they can take the hasanat of salat, they can take the hasanat of charity, but they cannot take the hasanat of fasting. This is how valuable that fasting has that level. The second thing, إِلَّا لِي وَأَنَا أَجْزِي بِهِ, and I'm the one who will reward. Fasting, the ulama, they say, the fara'ina, if you look at the tyrants, they order their people, those who claim divinity, this is amazing proof, and I close with this. Those who claim divinity, they ask their people to slave them. They slave people. Fir'aun slaved the people, and he used to say, أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, I am your Lord the highest. Many tyrants, and many, even today, the people who ask people to worship them and stuff, and they do. They ask them to bow for them, they do. They ask them to give money for their purpose, they do. People do. They ask them to sacrifice for them, they do. Shayateen ask for sacrifice and slaughtering. It's an act of ibadah but you know what? No one ever dare to ask their people to make siyam, to fast for them, except Allah. Except Allah, the true creator of the universe. He's the only one can possibly ask for something so hidden in the heart of the people. No one knows whether you fasted or not. Who would have asked the people? This Fir'aun would never even thought about, I want you to fast for me. For what? He knows that the people will not. He knows he's a liar. He knows that the people know he's a liar. But this is a system. They just follow. So that's why the ulama, they say no tyrant, no one who ever claimed divinity has ever asked his people siyam, except Allah. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِلَّا الصَّوْمِ except fasting, فهو لي وأنا أجزي به. And I'm the one who reward. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leave the reward of fasting anonymous. No one knows the value. Even the malaika, they don't know how much value, how much you are paid to fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a hadith by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just to give you an example. من صام يوما في سبيل الله باعد الله بينه وبين جهنم 70 خريفا. Whomever fasts one day for the sake of Allah, sincerely for Allah, Allah will distance him from the hellfire 70 kharif, 70 years, one day. Imagine 30 days, imagine. Value of fasting is beyond your capacity. Not only that changes the human behavior can change. People can get tawbah. People can get to Allah. People can change their life, their perspective. The Quran is recited more. The sujood is more. More people will come on Ramadan. The unity, the sense of the Muslims' unity shows on Ramadan. They break the fast together. They do taraweeh together. They make sujood to Allah at the unity of the Muslims. شهر Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ, he says, من صام في سبيل الله. The Prophet, he says, من صام رمضان غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Hadith, sahih. He says, whomever fast on the month of Ramadan, إيمانا واحتسابا, seeking the reward. Please don't do this Ramadan as a culture. Do it as a religion. Do it as submission to the will of Allah. وإبراهيم إذ قال له ربه أسلم قال أسلمت لرب العالمين. When Ibrahim was asked to submit to Allah, this is the only nation, the only people on the face of the planet that they submit to Allah to that extent of fasting, which no one knows except you and brothers and sisters, except the Muslim today. This shows that this religion is the true religion of Allah. Because it has this etiquette, not only the salat and the hajj and those beautiful rituals of Islam, but it also has fasting. And fasting will purify you. By the end of the finish of Ramadan, you will find yourself that you actually revive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اسْتَجِيبُوا لِلَّهِ وَلِلرَّسُولِ إِذَا دَعَاكُمْ لما يحييكم. I am glad I remember this ayah. O you who believe, respond to Allah and His Messenger whenever He calls you to what makes you alive. O people, respond to Allah whenever He calls you to what makes you alive. Salat will make you alive daily. Hajj will make you alive, bring you back to life again once in a lifetime. Ramadan will bring you to life again, spiritual life. There is people who eat and drink and they wear a suit and they drive a nice car, but they are in the sight of Allah, death. أَوَمَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ. Have you not seen the one who's dead? الَّذِي يَذْكُرُ اللَّهِ وَالَّذِي لَا يَذْكُرُ اللَّهِ كَمَثَلِ الْحَيِّ وَالْمَيِّتِ. The one who remember Allah and the one who does not remember Allah is the similitude of the death and life. أقول قولي هذا اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا.